Well, it's been a pretty crazy few days being a Sunderland fan, hasn't it? Yeah, those last 2 days of the transfer window were definitely some of the strangest and some of the most confusing days I've ever had being a Sunderland fan. And then yesterday, we go and absolutely spank the league favourites at home. The reason why, by the way, I've made a review for that once because I couldn't make it to the match. Yep, the first match I've missed this season, and it was that one. Brilliant. Fucking amazing. Well, you know what? I'm just not going to go anymore, because clearly, when I'm not there, we do fucking amazingly. So, there we go. But, as I do with the end of most transfer windows, I like to review the squad going into, well, for the first half of the season anyway, like the squad could have drastically changed again come the 1st of February. So, yeah, so just usual fact, I'm going through the list of the incomings and the outgoings, just give my brief opinions on whether or not that was the right decision or not, and how I think they're going to get on, whatever. So I think we'll start off with the outgoings now. There wasn't many until this week. Yeah, I'll try and start in, I'll pick a order. I'll probably start in departure order. So we obviously knew Carl Winchester wasn't going to get a new contract. He's since gone to Shrewsbury. Fair enough, you know, he's not really championship quality, even if he's never actually played at that level, but you know, he's a great servant during the League One years, and yeah, hopefully he does well at Shrewsbury. Same with Bailey Wright, he completed his move to the Lion City Sailors out in Singapore. Definitely an interesting one, but again, we knew he wasn't really going to be staying for much longer, so yeah, definitely a sadder one, but yeah, I think overall probably the right move. And Leon Diaku completed his permanent move to Hajduk Split in Croatia. Again, it wasn't really quality at the championship. I didn't really prove it much in League One either, so he's gone there. Again, probably the correct decision, really not too upset about that one. Then Alex Bass and Joe Anderson both went out on loan to League One and League Two. Joe Anderson joining Carl Winchester at Shrewsbury. To be fair, I liked what I saw from Anderson last season in his little cameos he made. He's definitely a solid defender. I haven't really seen how he's done so far at Shrewsbury, whether or not he's been playing there or not, but yeah, hopefully he has a pretty promising season there. Again, Alex Bass went on loan to Wimbledon in League 2, played at Stamford Bridge in the EFL Cup and there last week. And to be fair, from what I've seen, he's actually done alright from what I've seen at Wimbledon so far. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, that was definitely one of the more stranger signings we made. Like I know he was only brought in to be our number 2 last season, but even still, just from what we have seen, I mean, he hasn't really been that fantastic for us anyway. So yeah, hopefully does well at Wimbledon. Next, Isaac Lahadji, I think, was the next departure. He went quite surprising actually. This one was kind of a weird one. He's signed for Al Duhali out in Qatar. Apparently, we received quite a decent sum of money for him, which is why we sold him on. Again, I mean, I'm sure he had promise, but from the very limited cameos, I will admit that we did see from him last season and the pre-season, just wasn't really quite what we were after. But to be fair, apparently we made a profit on him, so you know, can't really complain there. And then it was on to deadline day where we made 4 pretty significant departures. Start off with Elliot Embleton. He went out on loan to Derby County in League One. I mean, he's got a really good track record of League One, already 2 promotions out there with obviously us and Blackpool both in the playoffs. So Derby, if they face in the playoffs, they're going up essentially. You know, he's only just come back from injuries, so he's pretty fresh at Derby. I'm sure he'll do fine at Derby. Then next was Lyndon Gooch. Obviously, we knew he wasn't going to be getting a new contract in a year's time, but we decided to cash in on him now, and he has gone to join with Alex Neil at Stoke. Apparently, we got around about $1 million for him, so again, a decent little bit of business there. Again with Gooch, we knew he wasn't going to be staying for much longer, and to be honest, it's probably the good right move. He's a academy product. He's always put in a shift. You can't deny that, but for me, he just hasn't really had the consistency at this level. I mean, even at times League One wasn't really looking that unique. I mean, his decision making at times wasn't fantastic. But yeah, you know, it's a fresh start for him. He's been given the number 2 shirt at Stoke, so thinking he's probably going to be used more, maybe as a right back or like a wing back at Stoke than he was here. Again, good luck to the lad. You know, he always gave his all. Sunderland shirt. He loves the club. and I wish nothing but the best. Similar move for Danny Bart again, like with Gooch. We knew he wasn't going to be given a new contract in a year's time, and we have cash in on him. And now we'll say cash in on him. We don't actually know if I've actually got any money for him. But he has joined Norwich. A very good move for him. Norwich fans don't seem too convinced by him, but trust me, he's a good defender. Might not be as good as the lad you just sold to Nottingham Forest for what like 24 million got for that lad who went to Forest. So might not be that sad, but to be fair, for the 18 months he was here, he put in one hell of a shift. Obviously, I played the season last year, so he can't be that fucking bad. And yeah, to be fair play, fair enough. He's managed to get his move to a decent team who made a good start. I mean, like I know they got beat yesterday, but obviously he's went to Norwich. And finally, the main story from yesterday, that being Ross Stewart has left the club. He's joined Southampton for around £8 million plus a £2 million add-on. So running at around £10 million, but I believe Ross County do get around £1.5 million of that money as well. So really, we're probably only going to get around £8.5 million max from the deal. But again, brilliant bit of business in my opinion. You know, Ross Stewart, brilliant season in League One. During the promotion season, he did a brilliant job. They obviously scoring 26 goals. Obviously, ultimately scoring the win, and that got us promoted in the end in the playoff final. Just awful injury problems last season. He missed most of last season through 2 different injuries. Obviously, when he did play, obviously very clinical. Obviously, bagging 10 goals and 13 appearances in the championship, which is obviously a brilliant record. But yeah, we all knew he really wasn't. After when he was just rejecting all these contract offers, we knew he wasn't going to be here for much longer again. And to be fair, the fact that they wanted to get 10 million for a striker who hasn't played much last season and is maybe injury prone, that's some decent bit of business there. And yeah, I wish it could have ended a little bit better. You know, it looks as though I haven't exactly parted on the best of terms. It hasn't really mentioned something much in his goodbye. Hasn't. I mean, obviously Bailey Wright, Winchester Gooch, and people like that. You know, they all mentioned us now goodbye. You know, goodbye speeches where Ross Stewart hasn't. So I don't really know what's happened behind the scenes there, but yeah, it looks as though it hasn't been the best of departures from Ross Stewart, which is a shame. But yeah, we got 10 million and we spanked his new team 5-0 at home. So there's that. So they were the outgoings, on to the incomings, and in the end, there were quite a lot of players coming in. I've made recaps of this in all these Sunderland roundups, so I'll probably be quick on some of the ones I've already mentioned. So, who was first? Joe Bellingham obviously came from Birmingham. You know, people are like, oh yeah, we only signing him for his name, but honestly, so far he's been unreal. So far, for 17 years old, he's been so composed, mature on the ball. Yeah, I can't really complain with him so far. Nectar Triantis as well from Central Coast Mariners out in Australia. Hasn't really had his chance yet, unfortunately, but you know, I'm sure he'll get his chance. Obviously, he's done a Yann Villa by getting sent off for the under 21s in their midweek. So that's to me pretty interesting. Luis Semedo as well from Benfica. Looked decent pre-season, but obviously in the actual league campaign so far hasn't done brilliantly. But you know, we can. I think there's gonna be something coming with Semedo. I don't know when or how, but I can see promising things for him. Who's next? Jensen Seals was number 4. Came in from PSV. 2 million roughly spent on him, so I mean, he's clearly a decent defender. Again, injured straight away, as seems to be the case for Sunderland. But honestly, looks decent. He's a lanky bastard. I think he's like 6'5", I think he is. He's a really tall player, and I'm sure once he's fully fit, he'll gradually get thrown into the team. Eliezer Mayanda was next, and he came in from Sochaux in France. Like Seals, got injured straight away in his first training session, which isn't fantastic, but you know, shit happens, I suppose. I'm pretty sure when he comes back, he's gonna cook. I hope fingers crossed anyway. Next we had Bradley Dack. He came on a free transfer from Blackburn. I think he's the only player above 25 who actually was signed in this transfer window, which says a lot about the recruitment. But I have a feeling this is a very Tony Mowbray backed move. And to be fair with Dack, it's pretty clear he's come in unfit, but you know, he got his first goal yesterday, so he's off and running. Hopefully he does the business. Hopefully, this international break will allow him, to get up to speed, and hopefully come keep Yara away. In 2 weeks' time, he'll be an absolute machine. Then we had Nathan Bishop. This one was rumoured for quite a while before it actually happened. Obviously, with Man United's tour in America, obviously he was obviously involved there, so he didn't join until literally I think it was like the day before the Ipswich match he signed. But yeah, to be fair, hasn't played yet, so I can't really comment on that one. But yeah, he pissed off Phil Parkinson, so he's already a legend in my eyes. And then moving on to the 4 deals on deadline day. Obviously, first of all, we do have Nazari Rusin. Again, this one's been fucking linked to like the whole window. It feels like I've fucking aged 2 years since he's been linked. Yeah, this one's been a long one coming, but we have managed to get it over the line. And yeah, again, 24 years old. He's our second oldest signing, believe it or not. However, unlike most of the lads who have signed, he has got some experience already under his belt. Decent. I think he's got around about 80 appearances already under his belt, which is great. Yeah, and he's already missed at centre forward, so he's hopefully, once he comes in, he's going to be ready to hit the ground running. Next was Timothy Pembele from PSG, a massive signing. This was a proper statement signing. This one, I've seen a lot of praise from people online, mostly the Football Manager people. Have used him, but yeah, apparently we've done really well to get him in on a permanent deal as well, of all things. So that was great to see. And also Adil Achuchi as well from Lorient. I don't know if I doubt I've said it incorrectly, so apologies about that. He was linked to be there on, I think it was Tuesday last week. It was early. Believe it or not, it was RTG. Actually, you found this one out, believe it or not, which is interesting. So yeah, he flew in. I think it was Tuesday. He flew in for his medical. And then obviously the signing was confirmed late on Friday night. And finally we do have Mason Burstow from Chelsea. Believe it or not, Roker Report was actually the first ones to actually drop the story. Well, first of all, they actually named him as one of the first striker we could get, because obviously it was like midday on Friday, nothing was happening. But then out of nowhere, Mason Burstow was rumoured to actually be at the Stadium of Light getting a medical, and then was the first of the 4 signings on deadline day to be announced. So there's that. I'll be honest, I don't know much about him. I think like Bishop, he was with Chelsea in the USA tour in the summer. I believe he scored against Borussia Dortmund, so there's that. So yeah, he's coming in. Hopefully he again, he's gonna be someone who's got to hit the ground running, I think. In terms of that outlet up front. And there we go. That was all the signings we brought in. I rattled off that pretty quickly. Again, I don't know much about most of these players. The only ones I really know about are probably Joe Bellingham, Bradley Dack, and that's it. They're the only 2 I actually know much about before the incomings. But yeah, pretty promising stuff. Hopefully these lads all get integrated in pretty quickly. And Burstow on loan, we're going to assume he's going to be thrown straight into that team, you'd imagine, for QPR. But we're going to be using this international break to hopefully join these lads in. But I mean, saying that, fucking Burstow's actually with the England under 20s, I believe he is, with Bellingham. And I believe Jensen Seal's been called up to the Netherlands under 20 squad as well, so that's going to be something. So yeah, these lads are all out on an international duty, but hopefully for QPR away, these lads will be ready to go. Am I happy with the squads? I'm happy with a lot more than what it was on Thursday night. Obviously on Thursday night, obviously half the squad would have been linked to moves with Obviously Patrick Roberts was due to join Ross Stewart at Southampton, but obviously nothing actually came of that. Pritchard was rumoured to be linked to move away to somewhere as well. That never actually happened either. Dan Neil was being linked to moves to Liverpool as well, which again probably didn't happen. Obviously Jack Clarke again with Burnley. Apparently a £15 million bid was turned down by Sunderland, which says something. But yeah, he's still here. Rumours that he was unhappy. I mean, to be fair, I think yes, there's enough evidence that he's probably not unhappy. At least anyway, it probably is just his fucking dickhead agent Ian Hart, who is yeah, he probably shouldn't show his face in Sunderland. That's probably, I can imagine, trying to stir things up. But overall, I'm happy. Our squad, we've got some squad depth now. We're looking pretty bleak. People were writing off the window before the deadline day. Obviously, with these 4 lads coming out on deadline day, things are looking a little bit more stable now. And we do have 4 strikers now at the club, which is unusual. You know, we're used to having no strikers, but we go 4 strikers now in the club. Hopefully they all play their part. And yeah, again, happy with the squad. Fingers crossed we continue this confidence from the Southampton game into these games in September. So that should be interesting. But yeah, that's been for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all next time.